Hi, welcome to this quick unboxing of the prototype of Bretwalda. This is a brand new game hitting the Game Fund shortly, and it's going to be on a crowdfunding campaign for being published. This is a game from Phalanx. It's a game designed by Leo Soloviei, and it's a game where you become a ruler and conqueror. The era, of course, it's one of the most brutal eras of this region. We're talking about Britain, 796 AD. King Offa of Mercia exhales his last breath. A new Bretwalda must be crowned. Northumbria, Mercia, Wessex and East Angles, the four largest kingdoms of Britain, all vie for supremacy. Take control of one of these kingdoms, subdue the Viking raiders, and use diplomacy, coercion and, if necessary, brute, military strength and any other means in order to overcome your rivals. Claim the crown and become the Bretwalda. Bretwalda is a game for 1 to 4 players that plays in around 2 hours. Each player takes a charge of one of the largest kingdoms in England of that era. Each kingdom has unique leaders and abilities, and victory is achieved through a combination of control of key areas, completing chronicles and constructing abbeys to support the spread of Christianity across the land. Play is fast-paced. Over 12 seasons, players compete by taking collection, development, mobilization and movement actions, and with only 2 actions permitted per season, each decision is critical. Each season will see new events, and the armies of Vikings or independent kingdoms may arrive, and they could be bribed to attack rivals. Bartering and alliance building are essential to the success, but with conquest critical to victory, betrayal is never far away. So I am in the pleasant surprise of opening this prototype box that just came here on my desk. Typically we don't do unboxing for prototypes, but this is an exception because the production is amazing even in its prototype form. We're going to follow up with a Kickstarter a Game Fund preview video on how to play the game with a mini review together with it, and we may do additional material on it depending on how it goes. And please comment in the comments below what you want to see. But keep in mind that this is a game that falls under the categories of strategy, civilization, dice, fighting and medieval, and the main mechanisms that are involved are among the most common: area majority influence, area movement. It is a game which has dice rolling, different dice movement, king of the hill, point-to-point movement, and also it offers a very interesting solo game. So join me, let's quickly see what's inside the box. I mean, even the cover is amazing. I really like what they have done with the art. It really shouts from that era, and it has some very strong vibes and very nice art that you can discover even by looking closer on the details, and the box cover is no exception to that. So again, keep in mind that this is prototype. The final production is in Phalanx is going to be awesome. We're going to discover together on the Game Fund campaign. But let's see first of all what is the nature of the components that you're going to find in there. So I'm taking all these things out because the first thing that I want to spread across the table is the game board. And I'm really excited about the game board. Looks like it's on leather. I mean, gosh. The reason for that is that it has some amazing art. And let me quickly try to demonstrate what I'm referring to. I mean, the board is huge. If anyone has seen any games from Phalanx, they know what I'm talking about. This is a 6-panel board, and I don't think that they're going to go with a smaller size on the Game Fund campaign. But you can see already how cool the board is. So you have this section where you have the different season cards, and if you take a closer look and check the detail, you'll be surprised. I'm going to bring it closer, maybe show you also this side. I mean, this looks like an old parchment or an old piece of art that could be in a castle or in a dungeon or somewhere forgotten in the drawers of history. I really love what they have done. These are the largest kingdoms of this era. but let me show you up close the detail of the art. Having recently finished myself, I'm a very big fan of this era and all this series that they have emerged lately, and movies out of this phenomenal historical era. But Bebbanburg is one of the latest one I've seen with, and I think most of us, if you're interested in this style of movies and series, where we have the Last Kingdom, of course, or the finale. So there you have it. This is the board. It may look a bit more generic from far away, but the closer you go, I think that the more you appreciate, I would say, both the details, but also how fitting, I would say, this is the word I'm looking for, this type of art for the map is for this type of game, linked together, of course, with the era it represents. Okay, so there you have it. This is the map. Moving forward, we have, of course, lots of different components, but I'm going to try to guide you through most of them. Since this is a 1-to-4 game, you see that we have 4 player boards, one for each player, which is actually quite big, and it is an area where the players are going to use for playing their kingdom. Okay, so you can see both the banners, the colors, and the title of the kingdom that you're representing, and this is very, very nice as well, and also fits nicely, I would say, on the together with the art of the main map. Really, really nice. To be honest, I've played a lot of games that, at least various games that they come from, they try to do their gameplay around this era, but I think the art is the most fitting by far in any of those games that I have played. I'm talking about aesthetics for the moment, purely. Okay, so there you have it. This is how the player boards look. Again, keep in mind that whatever you see here in front of you are prototypes, and it's prototype material, so even though it looks gorgeous, keep in mind that it is a prototype, so it's going to be vastly improved, I'm sure, knowing Phalanx and how much pride they take in the productions. And I'm happy for that as a gamer. I really enjoy them. So let me show you all the different pieces that they're going to take part in this let's say, rivalry for control. There are also a lot of cards and tokens and things that I'm going to show you, but again, bear in mind that these are also prototype material. So again, let me put those here. We have various cards with matching art. This was not part of the game prototype. Thankfully, it was my mouse. So again, these are prototype dice, but you can see you have lots of different dice with different faces. Okay, and besides the cards, there is a ton of tokens, varying from gold and control tokens and buildings and all sorts of things. So let me quickly start with the most easy. These are gold pieces representing various denominations. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's value of 1, 3 and 5. So 1, 3 and 5. I mean, look at that. This is a prototype. It looks gorgeous. Yeah, there you have it. Okay. And we have also some of those markers, which are wood markers. It's fitting for the size and shape of those. Then we have, I think it's been sorted by color. Yeah. So this is one per player, and it matches the banner and the colors of the players. So I'm putting them aside for the moment to show you the rest of the components, and there are plenty. I think these are, we have the food tokens, which are those, and food tokens are very important because they stay put on the locations, and players are trying to snitch them from one another in order to control those food areas. These are pillage tokens. Very nice art. I really like how they look. These are dogs. The dogs are essentially victory points, which again are going to be placed across various locations. And you can see, for example, in some areas that they're going to be according to the game setup, just randomly placing them. It's important because if you control these areas, of course, you're getting more dolls, and having a specific amount of those, depending on the number of players, it's what you're going to be needing in order to win the game. So it's crucial and very, very important. The various different tokens and buildings we have, for example, abbeys, granaries and harbors. Let me briefly show you one of each. I'm looking for a harbor. Yeah, there it is. So this is a harbor. This is a granary. And this is an abbey. And buildings are important also. They may provide you victory points. Then we have those tokens here, which is treasury gold tokens. And now, before moving to the player components, I'm not going to go into detail because we're going to explain them during our how to play review video that we're going to release. We have all these different components in the army of each of the players. So there are two ships, two for each player, and they're really, really nice. Very, very nice. We have also rulers, one per player. So this is a ruler. How cool is that? This could easily be a piece of chess or something. I don't know, a medieval chess, or you know, it reminds me of specific chess sets. Looks really, really nice. I'm loving it. Then we have these big figures over here, of which we have one per player again. And these are the ealdormen, which are the nobles of the kingdom. Then we have the Tokens, which are 4 per player color. How cool is that? Really, really nice pieces. And then we have the Ceorls, which we have 8 per player. Essentially, they are peasants that they are mobilized during times of war, etc. So these are the different type units that you have for each kingdom on the different colors. The black ones, of course, represent the Danes. They also have their vessels for raids, and I really like their fighters, their ealdormen, because they have the axe instead of the sword, and they really bring out the Viking vibe, I would say. Okay, so same goes for the different colors, but they're really nice pieces. I mean, I love the way they look on the board once you start playing. So let me then briefly show you one set of components for each of the players. So you have the kingdom tiles, matching your color at the back. I'm going to come back on this in a sec. And then you have action tokens, 4 per player, and control tokens, 15 per player. Of course, you also have a VP token. So these are control tokens that you have on the areas that you control with your banner. I think this is for the VP, and you have a set of the action tokens, which are 4. As you can see, one of each color for each player, one set of 4 for each player. Okay, so, and on top of that you have also the 12 kingdom tiles. I mean, look at that. I don't know who did the art on this. I'm going to definitely look him or her up, because I believe they did justice to the game, and really looking forward to throw this on the table, because from aesthetics point of view, I'm loving it. I'm loving it really. I had, as I mentioned before, I have a lot of games that evolve around this era, but none of them brings this vibe so strong, I would say. Okay, so we have different types of cards. I mean, even the backs of the cards, look at that, they're the beauty, really. So let me separate them by type. So these are the season cards. I believe this is autumn, spring, winter, and summer. So again, just to give you an idea on the looks of those season cards, which have different events, I would say. I mean, these could be a part of art. It is art, but I mean, hanging in the living room or a museum or something, that's what I mean. And this is really awesome. I also have to add that the art and the aesthetics of the game are really even better up close. I believe the photos that I've seen so far, looking, snooping and trying to find more information on the game before it arrived as a prototype, thankfully, from Phalanx on my door step, the art and the aesthetics of the game look even better up close. And this is a huge plus in my opinion. So there you go. These are the, let's say, the different season cards. Okay. Then we have the cards matching the 4 kingdoms. And I believe these are the rulers. Each player has access to 3 rulers with special abilities, making each faction different from each other, and unique powers. So this is really nice, perfect. And again, one for each. Then we have the Danes cards, which depict the raids that are going to happen. And you can see this indicates the location where the Danes will hit. So again, this is nice, so nice. Amazing, amazing up close. And I don't know if even, you know, from the camera you can see the difference from images that I've seen on the picture on the web. The art is phenomenal. So this is the place where the cards for the Danes go. Then you have lordship cards, chronicle cards, and ruler cards. I don't believe that they went into the detail to making different art on each of those cards, fitting the game and the theme and the aesthetics. Really, really loving it. I can't emphasize enough how cool this looks up close. Perfect. Okay. And this goes there, and then you also have the chronicle cards. And you can complete only 2 throughout the course of the game, and you can gain 1 dark for each of those that you complete, but not more than 2. So you also have the same components, you know, for the different players. I just show you the components of the green player, but there you have it. This is all you see in the prototype of Bretwalda. I'm really looking forward to give this more than once a shot on the table. Looks very, very interesting and very, very, I would say, compelling. I'm really anticipating to give this one a try. So there you have it. Stay tuned for more material about Bretwalda.